Hopefully, more muscle talk. We got the big muscle today on the podcast.
Mayoral muscles.
Mayoral muscles, baby.
Oh, dude, this is going to be fun. This is not going to be a fun episode at all. It's going to be
No.
very boring.
Nah.
If you're listening.
Stale. It's going to be stale.
Episode 58 of the Collectin and Connectin podcast. We got myself, KingBrett. We got Sir Mayor Treaticus. How you doing out there, Mr.
Good,
Mayor?
bro. Always good. Good to be here.
Good. Flexing that beautiful Boston's hat and Boston shirt and Boston background.
Yes.
If you only had Boston's muscles, you really
champs, baby, champs.
Speaking of champs, our two guests today are definitely champs. Both return guests.
Yes.
Chewie Wolf.
Yes.
There we go.
There it is. You doing all right out there?
Yeah, in my 110-degree weather, I'm doing good.
Yeehaw.
Okay, so you got nothing to complain about. So the next guest, Davy, bro, what's up?
Baby.
Good. Thank you for having me again. And my goal today is to try to put everybody to sleep within 30 seconds. But
Because of your voice, in case you don't know this, he does books on tape. You can send him your favorite book. He'll record it. It's
Nice.
only $5,000. He sends it back to you. It is well worth it. It'll put you to sleep every night. You never have to deal with it ever again.
Yes.
Jeez Louise. What's up, dudes? What's up, guys?
Summer League's happening. California Classics.
What's Summer League? I don't know what's California Classic. Who are the Sacramento Kings?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Hey, technically, you're going to get it right. It's Sacramento Kings. There's two teams.
There is two teams.
What? Oh,
What's
there is
up?
two teams.
What?
The only one that has two rosters that plays twice in one day. So the California Classic, they've been doing it since 2018. It's like the appetizer to the Vegas Summer League. Utah has theirs. I think it's like the Rocky Mountain something. I forget what it's called. There used to be one down in Orlando. But now the California one's been expanded to the Chase Center. They used to be going back and forth. But now it's at both San Francisco's Chase Center and Sacramento at the same time on the same day. In Sacramento, we had the Spurs, we had the Chinese national team, we had the Hornets.
Nice.
And then we had the Kings A team. And then over at Chase Center, they had the Heat, the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Kings B team.
I love how they put the B team with all the worst teams, and they got the A team with the best teams.
Right? Yeah, sure.
Hey, but to be fair, the other team's making noises over there at the Chase Center.
I know. I paid attention a little bit. I follow basketball just a bit.
They're making some noise. I'm sorry, guys. I've been out of the loop. What's happening
there? So, time out. First of all, both of y'all went, right? Both of you had experiences and actually went to the California Summer League, right? Weekend?
Yeah, the one that in Sacramento.
Yeah, Golden One Center, correct.
Okay. So now you can tell and answer Treat's question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Treat.
So my experiences will be a little bit different than Davy's experiences.
Hopefully.
We took a group of 10 to the California Classic on day one, which was this past Saturday.
Nice.
And we were fairly down low, kind of baseline by King's Bench. And that was the day that DeMar DeRozan was announced.
Nice.
And
that must have been interesting.
It was pretty interesting. It was kind of like a scripted show because you start to see. I mean, everyone's already looking at their phones, but you start to see more people looking at their phones and kind of whispering.
Yeah.
And it starts to kind of buzz. And we were right next to the tunnel, so we keep looking to see if anybody's coming through the tunnel. And I keep giving my group a fake out. Oh, there he is. There he is. Even though he wasn't there. And then we get the news. The Shams tweet goes out. The Woj tweet goes out. But we don't see him. We don't hear anything. And then all of a sudden, we see DeMar coming out with Vivek, the owner for the Kings, coming through the tunnel. They make the announcement. And then the DJ plays Kendrick Lamar not like us, over the PA.
Oh,
Nice.
To make that whole connection with DeMar, and it was like this whole kind of scripted thing of
Beautiful.
like they signed him, they traded, he comes through, place explodes, and then a couple minutes later, Fox comes out, Fox sits next to him. So you got the owner, you got Devin Carter, the new rookie, you got DeMar, all of them sitting next to each other. That was pretty fun.
That is fun.
Fun to go through that.
I love him. I really I love him as a player. I mean, he's definitely a guy I love to watch. I hope it works. I hope he thrives.
Me too. You also mentioned Devin Carter. That's 13th overall pick. How are you feeling about him? That's a Providence guy. So
yeah, he might not play till halfway through the season though. I mean, he apparently got hurt.
A pretty decent team to begin with. So
he got hurt during a pre-draft workout. Now he's gonna have the shoulder surgery. He might not play for 6 to 8 months.
Oh my god! What a horrible and great thing! Like the pressure of going in to your first NBA game ever has to be so nerve-wracking. But then to go into your first warm-up and then you get hurt, and you're like, all right, I don't got to do anything for 6 weeks. All right, I'm chill. Like you're gonna learn a lot in that 6 weeks. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think this team's gonna be fun. I think the first couple maybe not months, but first couple of weeks for sure is gonna be a little rough, right? Watching to see how they move together. And I don't think that the GM is done making moves. I don't know if it's gonna be another big name move. Like I don't think it's gonna be Markkanen or Kuzma like that. But there's got to be other names in there to, shore up the bench, shore up some big positions. So we'll see what they're able to do.
So that was day one that you went, right? Is that
Correct.
What the Top Shot Kingdom put out? And did you go a separate day, just you or the kid, or?
So the second day yesterday, we went with a different group, 10 other people. Yesterday I took my son and then 10 different people, same seats. No big trade, no big GM move, no free agency, nothing like that. So a little bit of a letdown as far as that was concerned.
Just regular basketball.
regular old basketball.
Really suck.
Watching the Chinese national team was pretty interesting because we're right down low enough to where you can kind of hear. I mean, I don't really understand, of course, what's being said as far as the Chinese language, but there are some things that they have to say in English for whatever reason because it doesn't translate perfectly, right? And putting together the refs hand language that they use for making calls, you're able to kind of put together what the coach is telling the player, even though I don't understand the language.
Sure.
And so that was interesting to watch a couple of days and see the difference the way that the Chinese national team plays and the way they sub. They did full-on 5-man like hockey rotation substitutions.
Really?
Taking out 5, putting 5 in.
Wow.
Playing their whole entire team, looking at the box score. I don't think there was one player that didn't play unless he was hurt or whatever reason. And that was fun because we put together like a prediction contest before the game on who would have the most rebounds, assists, and points total. So putting all those names for the Chinese national team together and adding all that up and seeing what people guessed, I'm pretty sure nobody knew what they were guessing.
I
missed out.
I missed out on that context.
If
I knew, I would have won because I know exactly who's going to put up points and boards and all that.
Who did score? HU did score, but I don't know, who did well.
I know.
I'm trying to make a bad joke there, but
it is who and who.
The reason why I wasn't participating in that contest is because I was out of signal 2 days prior. Because I literally came out of a campsite, drive to Sacramento for an hour, and then I went straight to the game right after the camping. So I had all my camping gear in the back of my car.
Yeah.
So time out, Davey. Where were you camping?
Yeah, where were you
camping out?
A solo camping trip?
Yeah, like a whitewater rafting camping trip.
Whitewater rafting.
Yeah, it's about like hour and a half away from Sacramento.
Did you get thrown out of the boat, or did you stay in the whole time?
No, my brother-in-law did. He got thrown out of the boat. He has to get rescued.
Oh,
so
no
this
way!
Was the whole family? Your whole family went?
No, just part of the family. So,
Okay.
Just the kids and my nephew. And then, ended up taking my son and my nephew to the game as well. And then I obviously was working. I was like right by the Chinese national team bench on the other side of the court, just sitting down there. And I had my son sitting around the same section of Chewie, a little bit up there. But yeah, it was good fun.
A good seat for yourself is what you're saying.
I don't have a seat. I just roam around the whole stadium, pretty much getting contents and all that. Yeah, so I did, as soon as DeMar DeRozan sat down, I took a picture of him and, the owner and De'Aaron Fox from opposite side of the court. But obviously I put it on my Twitter. You probably can see that later on.
I saw that.
So that was a cool experience. But to be fair for the Chinese national team, that they literally came up for a 14-hour flight from Australia to here. A day ago, they got annihilated by Australian national team like twice. So,
jeez.
Yeah, but obviously Australian national team stacked, and they're one of the best.
Team.
Yeah, they won the bronze medal for the World Cup last time. So they're good. They're a great team. So they were playing against that, but Chinese national team's been having a lot of issues, so they haven't been good for a long time. And this year it's like I think this is the 2 Olympics in a row they're not participating in basketball competition, just because it's the whole system and the culture needs to change, and there's a lot of things that needs to change before they get better. But they haven't been really good since basically Yao Ming and Yi retire. They just been very mediocre, and now it's below average. They're not even the top Asian team anymore. They get beat by some random teams, like I can't remember who, but it just unexpectedly. It's pretty disappointing. From like a country with 1.4 billion population, you can't find 12 people to come play proper basketball. It doesn't make sense to me, right?
But then they do this country sign up, like anyone that can play basketball, please.
They do have a huge.
Sounds like you need to help them, man.
I'm too old for that.
Go change the culture.
Too old. Just put some knee braces on, ankle braces, elbow pads, neck brace.
If they're looking for somebody, to change the culture and come in second, I bet Jason Kidd's got some.
But funny enough, they actually have Kyle Anderson playing for their national team last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Kyle Anderson is actually part Chinese. His grandparents, his grandparents is actually from China, and then obviously he's like the second generation. I didn't even know that until he actually joined the Chinese national team, and they were like, "What? Kyle Anderson joining?"
You're like, "How is that working?"
Yeah, so actually, one of his grandma's hometowns is actually very close to where I was born. It's about 2 hours away from where I was born, which is pretty cool. Cool. And then I actually been chatting with his dad on Instagram and stuff, just asking
name drop.
I haven't name dropped it yet, but
so famous, Ice Cube. I'm sorry.
Now, is he signed? I've heard is he in trade talks or anything?
No, he's already traded. He's in Golden State Warriors now.
Oh, I saw him rumored. I'm sorry, I'm out of the loop. So he did get traded. Okay.
Yeah. So he's officially Golden State Warriors, and with Buddy Hield as well.
Oh, they're replacing Clay. Chewie, how do you feel about that breaking up the Golden State Warriors?
He doesn't care. He's like all about Sacramento Kings. He was like, break up, do whatever you want.
It was fun to knock. Neither team made the playoffs, but the Kings did knock the Warriors out of the play-in, right?
Yeah.
And Clay, I forget the exact stat, but Clay went like 0 for 11.
110. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 or something like that.
Sounds like a good guy for Dallas to pick up.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll continue to be shitty for you.
No.
Yes.
Oh lordy, here we go.
But hey, the Warriors. As long as the Warriors still have Curry and Draymond, there's always going to be something there, right? You can't take that team for granted. They got a good coach. I don't think they're done making moves either. And the West is always going to be tough, no matter what team it is, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And whatever team comes out of the West is going to probably have to face the Celtics again. So yeah, the Mavs. Well, hopefully you can, play a little bit better next year.
Look, we had to give them one. They're getting old. They're getting tired. They need.
Hey.
Al Horford was going to cry himself to sleep.
I'm calling it right now. Next year, I'm gonna my Grizzlies versus my Celtics.
No,
Just wait.
Not even close.
You know what?
Just wait.
Things have bad
I
times.
love you for making bold challenges.
Just wait. Ja has rested. My team. Everybody's healthy. We're coming. We're gonna win the West. It's gonna be all Treaticus finals, baby.
I wouldn't go as far as winning the West, but they were gonna be a good
Look
team.
at Davey, the realist. He's like, well, you're both good teams. I want you to know you're a really good guy.
Here I was thinking Davey matured. I was saying you matured in your older age, but no, you're still a punk kid.
Hey, look. Desmond Bain, Ja, and Triple J have never played together more than some ridiculously 25 games together. So one of them bound to go down. Like it's history. It's proven. They have never had a healthy season altogether.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, Ja stays healthy, and then if they can develop Zach Edey into the Steven Adams type, which you could do a good screen and roll, and
right.
And it could be something. But then again, who knows?
Marcus Smart gets his revenge. Right?
Pick and pop.
How many games did he even play?
He was hurt. He's hurt.
I went to one of their games in Houston.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it was very hard to watch. I think Derrick Rose actually had the most production.
Listen, I got this. That was one of the highlights from this past year. I did get. I won the floor seats from Grizz game.
Nice.
And they played the Jazz, and Derrick Rose went off. So for me, it was like, okay, I got to see Derrick Rose go off in an NBA game. That's a bucket list thing, right? I mean, I love Derrick Rose. So to see him just be unguardable for a couple quarters of basketball was something I'll never forget.
That's a throwback, right?
You can't help but rooting for Derrick Rose because he's such he's very similar to DeMar DeRozan in terms of demeanor, right? Mm-hmm. They're really good players, but they don't talk trash. They just do their hard work, right?
Yeah.
And I love those players. Like they just let their play do
Luka.
the talking.
Yeah, I love it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
King.
Hey, speaking of throwback players and players having good games, Davey and I went to the Big Three also. And back
thanks for the invite.
And
y'all don't invite Treaticus and I anywhere. It's really messed up.
I think I did.
Don't interrupting Chewie. Just continue with all the fun.
We did invite you. Just said you had to provide your own airfare.
Yeah.
I know people that own planes. I'm sure I can con one of them.
Hey, Davey can be witness. I had
free knives.
I had extra tickets for that.
Yeah.
Who was in that?
So
the Big Three.
The thing about Big Three is a lot of it is like either former newly retired players from the NBA, players that are coming back from injury, trying to show that they can still play, or just people's family. Like one of the teams,
your brothers.
Yeah, one of the teams was 3 Millsap brothers.
What?
Yeah.
You got like 80-year-old.
I like that. I like that.
40-year-old version.
Yeah, you had Paul Millsap, and I don't remember the other Millsaps, but it was just the 3 Millsap brothers.
Yeah.
That was interesting to watch.
And then you got the Teague brothers, too.
Yeah, Jeff Teague, and I forget the other Teague was. But you had a lot of people
That's awesome.
trying to put
keeping
their
the dream alive.
Yeah. Hey, we need a 5th person on the roster. Call up your cousin.
What you're saying is, Treat, if you ever want to make a comeback, that's where you go.
Man, I didn't. As long as I don't have to play defense.
But they had some big names on coaches too. You had Lisa Leslie, you had Julius Irving, you had these big names that are coaching the teams.
Rick Barry.
Awesome.
Yeah, Rick Barry.
I love that guy.
Rick Barry's the coach of the team, the Ball Hogs that got us the tickets to go to the event. So shout out to them for helping us get to that game.
Ball Hogs. Why does that name sound like? What was the jumping on the trampoline basketball that we watched?
Slam ball.
Slam ball.
We did it on the playback, and I was watching. I remember
I'd love to go to that.
One
That
of
would
the
be fun.
teams was ball hogs or air hogs.
Air hogs or something like that.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was there.
Yeah. That would be
That's
fun
it.
to watch.
All I gotta say.
I think
That
that's
would
coming
be-
back to Vegas. Yeah.
It would be pretty entertaining.
It was cool, especially what they called their helmets.
Oh,
Oh man, you got to be safe. Better safe than sorry, right?
I gotta digress.
the cap.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyways.
Jason Richardson was playing for one of the teams, and so him going back to Oakland and playing in front of the Oakland crowd was interesting to see.
Nice.
It was a pretty good event. Like I'm seeing a lot of like hip hop artists walking around, and I don't know that scene very well.
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer was there. Too Short was there. Easy was there. Somebody
Short,
said
you
Mac-
better
No,
check
Eazy-E,
yourself.
what?
Oh, you
Eazy-E is
wrecked
dead,
yourself.
I mean, not
Check
Easy.
yourself
Mac Dre.
before-
Mac Dre. Sorry, Mac Dre.
Mac Dre.
Easy,
I was like,
dead.
Baby, as soon as you said it, I lost
I told you I don't know any better.
it.
I don't know rappers.
Easy came back from the dead.
Oh my
He
God.
was the fifth player.
That's so
He's
He's
funny.
there.
He could have been under the
Miguel was
bleachers.
there.
Tupac came back. He was there. He played
Oh
center.
my God.
So time out. Did y'all meet anyone while y'all were there? Either of
Not
you?
me. Davey did.
Oh, Davey.
well-
Who did you randomly meet?
Well, actually, go back to the beginning because I managed to get a media credential. Me and my son actually, so he actually get to interview quite a lot of players and the coaches like Rick Barry's and Leandro Barbosa, and
Nice.
then a couple of other players, Nick Young and all that. But then they cut the interview halfway through the day, and then they decided not to have press conference anymore, which is a shame. But then we were going to interview Ice Cube at the press conference room. They called it off because,
Wow.
whatever reason that they have. So we ended up catching Ice Cube during halftime of one of the games over there. And then because he was signing autograph, and then we just went up and just say, hey, do you have a couple of minutes for interview? And then he was really nice. He had an interview with
So cool.
with other people at the time with the proper, Big Three interview. And then he just, after he done the interview, he just turned around, came find us, and then just like,
No way.
oh, cool, awesome. And then,
It's like Ice Cube knows who we are. I'm just saying. He came and found us.
yeah, so that was real cool. That was a real cool experience speaking to him for asking him about 3 questions. But I think we had the most interaction with the ball hawk team because for whatever reason, the whole ball hawk team decided to all show up in the interview. So the format originally was 2 player and a coach or something like that, right? Or just 2 players.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, when they win the game, all of them came out, like the whole team, and have a chat. And Rick Barry, like you can tell he's like a no nonsense guy, because some guy, I don't know where he's from, he was trying to ask some random funny questions, and he shut it down right away. He's like, nope, ask me basketball question. I'm not answering those nonsense. And then
no way.
Great. Yeah. And then my son asking like a proper basketball question, how he adjusts the team. I can't remember the exact question, but I'll post it on Instagram later on. But it was really cool, and he answered it seriously. He answered it very thoughtfully, and he had one of the player from Brazil that Leandro Barbosa brought on. He was one of the MVP in the Brazilian league, so he was really good. He's this big guy. I think he might be 6'11". He was able to shoot threes and then take it inside, good defense and everything. So he was killing it for that team. And then, he was introducing, Rick Barry introduced him and asked Leandro Barbosa to translate because he couldn't speak good English. He was, that was a really cool experience.
Dude, I have to say, and first of all, in case you're watching, see you later, Treat. I guess he has some mayoral emergency or a cat stuck in a tree. He's got to go climb, save it, whatever.
He's out.
As I'm newly married, right? I cannot wait to have kids. But over the last few years of getting to know each of you, one of the things I found joy in is like you're having these great experiences, both of you, but yet like you're putting your kid into these experiences. David, your kid's interviewing famous coaches and basketball players. Like Chewie, I'm pretty sure your son is like the backup coach for the Kings now. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, he knows everyone. He can call play. Like, both of your kids are just so involved. It's got to be such a great experience, feeling. Like, I mean, geez, that's so
It's
cool.
priceless. It's priceless.
Yeah.
I think, I think I sort of mentioned that the reason why I was very rebellious when I was younger, I didn't have that experience from my parents because they were extremely busy trying to make ends meet. So now I have the opportunity to actually hang around with my son and get him involved. And it's that situation is like, I seen him work hard. He's a great kid. Like, I cannot really complain anything about him. And he worked hard and he's quite charismatic from what I've seen. So so the first time, he likes to read and he's very, I would say he's well-spoken for his age. So I decided to take him to one of the Asian American basketball tournament in LA and did a couple of interviews. He did such a great job. I didn't even, I was helping him to prep the questions and that's it. And then I didn't tell him I kind of give him some tips on how he interact with the players and how you have to look at the players and acknowledge what they say. And he did it perfectly fine. And he interviewed 6 different players in 12 minutes span and then interviewed the founder and all that stuff. So it was really cool. And then I was having him had a mic up. So he had a youth camp in the morning. So I was, filming his interaction with the players, with the coaches and all that stuff, which is really cool experience. I'm quite proud what he have done. I mean, I gave him the opportunity, but then he killed it.
He still had to do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
like he can put you in the game, but if you don't take the shot, you're never going to make the basket.
Exactly. So when people gave shit for LeBron for putting Borney on Lakers getting drafted, I think it's the same situation. This father, if you have the power to help your son, and then your son, you can see it, he's not taking it for granted or just being a little shit and take advantage of everything and just asking for handout. He's not asking for handout. He worked hard for his craft and he's, he had that whole heart issues and then he had to make a comeback. And
if anything, it makes him more wanting to prove
resilient.
People wrong, right? Yeah, resilient, because there's people that are like, there's 4 other players that average more points, more shots, more everything. Why is this guy? But now he's in a situation he's got to be like, you want to know why me? I'm going to show you. Like, watch this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
I mean, the point is, I don't blame him for trying to help his son. Like any parents in that position would trying to help him. I mean, it's a fear that, because clearly you can see Borney working hard towards his goal and trying to become an NBA basketball player. So you got to give him a little push sometimes.
For sure. What about you, Chewie? You give your kid a little push every now and then to make him get out there and talk to some players, or is he just like, leave me alone, Dad? I got this.
So he's more into being like a statistician. So he's looking at the box score, looking at the stats. He can tell me who's averaging more this or that.
So like when you play fast break, you just ask your son who to put in. Because maybe I should get on this little group chat here. Help me with some stats.
So as far as like predicting, he's not so good at predicting, but he is good to tell me like averages from the past. Like he'll know that one game where the East team came West, that player doesn't do well when he comes West.
Oh no!
I'm like,
so
how the hell do you?
He's really good at all the betting stats. That's the worst. The
parlays.
He's like, on a sunny day and a rainy afternoon on a Tuesday, we got 4-1 odds, Dad. Lay it on.
That's great.
Yeah, and he understands now. He's been super lucky. Like one thing about Top Shot, and like not everybody gets to have the experiences that we've been having, and not everybody gets to have include their kid in those experiences, right? Sure. And I've been very careful about which experiences I like try to include him in, because I don't want people to feel like I'm putting my son in over other people that deserve to win spots, right?
And real quick, just interrupt you, Chewie. Don't forget what you're saying. If you're listening to this, Top Shot Kingdom is one of the elite, in my opinion, groups in Top Shot for the fans, for just overall. Y'all put on more stuff. you have an amazing relationship with the Sacramento Kings and with the people there. So a lot of people are like, man, why are they getting so many cool things in general? Not even talking about your son. It's because of the man right here, Chew Wolf, and the whole group of working hard to establish that, to create those relationships, to be able to, have people come in and help fund and help do things to create that. So major props to you. I know we're talking about your son getting to do cool things, but major props to you and all the Top Shot Kingdom and everything that y'all kind of helped build to get the opportunity, right? Like Davey was saying, to even be in an opportunity to be able to let your kid go to some of these things.
Yeah. And when I do have my kid at these things, I try to make sure that if other people are bringing their children, we sit the children together so the kids can hang out.
Nice.
Right? And make it a family experience as much as possible. And I'm very lucky that the Kings have been so opening and engaging and supportive. Not every other team and captain has been lucky with that, but that doesn't mean that the other captains aren't working just as hard to try to make those connections, right?
For sure. Just no one returns my phone calls. I don't know why.
Yeah. Come on, Cuban.
Come on, Mavericks. I know you. I know people. I know people that know people.
Maybe before Shark Tank, gets canceled, you need to go on Shark Tank. You need to pitch the idea.
The new bro for man support. And also, what's up, Mark?
Yeah.
Put your Top Shot thing.
Put the CNC logo on one side and put the Maverick logo on the other side.
That would be so freaking cool.
I mean,
so Colton got to meet Cuban at the finals. I don't know if y'all caught the episode or whatever, but
I saw that.
Brought up Top Shot and was like, "Yeah, I got an account," and that's so cool to me, right?
Yeah, I thought he was invested in Top Shot too.
Yeah, I don't know at this point. I don't know who's invested in anything.
Yeah.
I don't know who runs anything. I'm just here because I like it. I like y'all.
Exactly.
I like kicking it with my homies, and I like playing Fast Break.
Well, that's why we joined Top Shot in the first place, right?
Speaking of Fast Break and connecting it to the shirt that Davey's wearing, my daughter, she's almost 9. And my daughter hasn't really cared too much about Top Shot or the experiences. She's like, okay, you go with dad or you go with brother or whatever.
Yeah.
But now that Fast Break is purely WNBA right now.
Yeah.
And my daughter's started to do a little bit of rec league basketball.
Nice.
Her and I have started to watch WNBA games together.
I
haven't really sat down and watched a full WNBA game since the Monarchs were in town in Sacramento. And now with Fast Break, I'm sitting down and watching a full WNBA game with my daughter, and we're learning the players' names.
Players together,
And she's asking me which team we're rooting for. I'm like, well, I'm rooting for that player on that team and that player on that team.
I need 5 assists from that lady right there. Come on, Bird.
Oh man.
But
dude,
yeah,
what a cool thing!
Fun.
Like even the man, that's crazy to even think about because, again, coming from someone that waited in the queue forever and never got in for a pack. Because there's so many of us, to now we have Fast Break. We're utilizing our moments to have an opportunity to win stuff. And then with the WNBA having Fast Break, your daughter, it's just cool how it's kind of just matriculating to making it a family thing.
Yeah.
Whether you got a girl or a son or some people's wives, right? My wife now, she never really cared about women's basketball, but I have some WNBA moments and play Fast Break, and I'm a big Dallas Wings fan, and she's like, "Oh, well, maybe we should go to a game. Maybe we should get floor tickets." By the way, little alpha, floor tickets to WNBA game are a lot cheaper than an NBA game. It does not break the bank to go sit on the floor and talk about what an amazing experience that would be, right? Taking your daughter, taking your wife to sit on the floor. You don't have to tell her you didn't spend $15,000. It's just $100.
Yeah, it's the experience that you enjoy the moments. I think same as what you were saying. Like my daughter is 9-year-old as well. She never really have interest in basketball other than watching her brother plays. And then
I thought you were going to say other than basketball shoes. Because I know women love shoes, and I know you love shoes. So I figured she probably has an insane basketball shoe collection.
No, she actually don't. She doesn't really care. She just wears whatever been given, which is fine.
Yeah, because that's more shoes for you.
Yeah, exactly. But that was really cool experience having them all at the Big 3 game, because she was cheering on her, and then she was asking me which player I should be cheering on. And I told her, Michael Beasley, he's got really cool stories and kind of still playing basketball after he retired. And then, Joe Johnson, that's the player to watch. And she really enjoyed it. She was cheering it on with my wife and, having a great time just out there. Because when I was making contents and stuff like that, I can hear it. I can hear it when she's screaming out and cheering, which is quite cool. Yeah, but that's what it is all about, right? Like, it's all if you can have the opportunity to get your family involved and all having that experience, it's priceless.
For sure.
Dude, imagine like 100 years from now, when you're like, okay, son, daughter, I know that one day I'm not going to be here anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and divide my TopShot account between the both of you. So we're going to do a draft. You're figuring out how many kids, how many years.
How old I am in 100
Don't
years.
figure out any of them. We're all living to at least 100. And then your kids are going to be fighting over our moments, right? They're going to be like, no, I want the TST for him. They're like, how crazy would that be? Like, I mean, I don't know.
I think the easiest way is like, okay, you know what? You can keep my shoe collection for my daughter, and then my son can have my TopShot collection.
Oh, I love it. That sounds like a fair trade, because I know what your shoe collection is, or at least some of it. So just on a side note, in case there's any shoe fanatics out there, Banana Mac, whatever, what's the most recent pair of shoes that you bought, if you're comfortable sharing?
Oh, of course. I'm always comfortable sharing.
Well, I know it's just something I say to make me comfortable asking. So,
but I think recent pair. I didn't buy it. Oh, actually, I did buy it. Yes, I did buy it.
Does that mean your wife bought it with your card?
No, I bought it. It was a Jordan 3. It's a collaboration, which is quite cool. It's like a New York artist. I can't even remember. Just so many collaboration coming out these days. I think Nike's trying to, utilize the collaboration to kind of making some of the losses they accumulated.
Yeah.
When they decide to cut off all the wholesalers for themselves, and their share price is going down a little bit, but that's besides the point. But they're doing a lot of collaboration with different artists and different community members, which is quite cool. And some of the design I really like, and some of them I just don't really care. So I just kind of get what I like. But in terms of playing basketball, I highly recommend the Kyries. The new Kyries, the Empire, are so good. Like the previous one that he won, it's not his signature shoes. The previous one he won is called the Shortwave 5.
Yeah.
Hands down is one of the best basketball shoes I have worn for the past 10 years.
Wow.
Like, I've never, like, it feels so comfortable. The cushion's just right, and it doesn't feel like you're standing on the platform, and it doesn't feel like you're stepping on shit when it's just the right amount of cushion.
Yeah,
so it's comfortable for you to do landing.
As a bigger guy, I appreciate cushion, so I get it.
Yes. So they have a really good balance. It's called the Shortwave 5 Pro. And there's a normal version and there's the pro version. You want to get the pro version if you really want some really good basketball shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure how much is it, because I don't think they ever released it in the United States. They only released it in Hong Kong and Asian areas and Australia maybe.
Wow.
But
so you know people that know people that can get me some.
Yeah, obviously because of my job, and also because of my the relationship that I've built for the years. Sometimes I get given shoes which I don't usually go ask around, but then some people will kind of say, hey, I know you probably like this performance basketball shoes. Would you like to try it out and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, sure. Send it my way.
Yes. Send a size 10.5 or 11 and it'd be great. My buddy KingBrett.
That's it.
Those Air Jordan 14s that are looking pretty sick.
Oh, can I quiz you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
what
are these?
Ooh.
These are the ones that I wouldn't wear just because it's like combined. Like Jordan Brand's quite funny because they do that's Zion. That's Zion.
These are Zion Jordans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, these are Zion too.
Davy nailed it.
Yeah.
And they're signed by Harrison Barnes.
These are the Harrison Barnes
Ooh!
ones that now I need to give away since he was traded.
Obviously, yeah.
I'll have it.
Yeah, I'll take one.
I'll have it.
Well, there's two. I'll take the other one.
I'll put it on my display for my office. Oh man!
So I'm talking with the Spurs community, talking to Ginobliosaurus to see how we're gonna do this to give one away to the Kings and one away to the Spurs.
That's cool.
There you go.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. Yeah. But man, talk about Spurs, man. Pick up Chris Paul. You be seeing all the lobs.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
remember,
they start thinking you're the new Dallas Mavericks, lobbing it up to Lively.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be fun to watch.
Wemby's so much taller. Like if they figure out the lob to Wemby nonstop,
that's what he's currently doing with Rudy Gobert. So now the French national team's playing against Germany. Well, I think this morning, I don't think they play too much, but the previous game that they had, they absolutely annihilated them. Yeah. Germany was the reigning European champion too. Yeah. But France, man, like they were killing them all the way through. And then
you want some cheese?
Nice.
What?
I actually said I'd really like to eat some queso right now.
Nice.
Y'all didn't understand French.
Oh man. But anyhow, but all I see is Rudy Gobert lobbing it to Wemby. Wemby just catching the edge, just like Rudy Gobert's toy. All he does is just put it on top of his head and just throw it to him, and then
what's just catch it. For sure,
it's pretty unstoppable. So, you can expect that's happening. You remember back in the days when Chris Paul throwing lobs to Tyson Chandler? That's probably going to be what's going to happen.
Another former Mavs. I feel like everyone's a former Dallas Mavericks player.
Well, I mean, Mark Cuban's been known being one of the best owners in the NBA, so
Thank you. You're welcome.
Do I just so I have a 2 pair? Does that mean I had to give one shoe to the Warriors, one shoe to the Mavs, one shoe to the Spurs, and one shoe?
Yes. And we'll do a collab. And it will be
not a pair, just one shoe.
By the way, I gave donated by 3Ball. We had some shoes at the one of a watch party that we did for the Mavs during the playoffs, and we had 2 shoes and we gave them both away. They were both signed, and one of the winners was like, I don't feel, even though I won and I want this, I don't feel right separating it, so I'm going to gift this to the other guy. So he had a matching pair of shoes, both signed. That's super awesome. I was like, bro, what an outstanding thing to do. I was like, I'll give you a $4 moment. You're welcome.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. I mean, it's good. It's good to have both here, but I think in terms of like if you want to use this as a display in your house, I think one pair is better. Because you only see one side, right? And then you're gonna put it in the glass case.
You can impact more people that way.
Absolutely.
Spread the love.
Absolutely.
Spread the love of Chewie.
So, David, you're saying one pair, which is 2 shoes.
Well, he means
Brett, you're saying one shoe.
One shoe.
Yeah, he says one pair, it's a whole Australian Kiwi thing. One pair means one.
One shoe.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I gotta reach out to Tim with the Warriors, and I'm talking to you. So.
Hello, I'm I can help you with this. I don't know why, Davey, but some food that we talked about in a previous episode just came into my head, and I don't even remember what it is. Some food that you used to eat growing up that is amazing. Oh my gosh!
Come on, think of it.
I'm a food guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, something that we don't have in America that you miss from.
Hey, you know what? I just thought of something, right? If you like food so much, you should come to the meat festival in Sacramento. They have it once a year.
That's what I tell my wife. I'm like, hey, come to the meat festival, baby.
That sounds a bit wrong, but it's not that type of meat. It's not that type of meat. It's for eating, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I tell
her. Yeah. But
it sounds epic. By the way, I love food festivals. I've been to a queso festival in Dallas. We're lucky; we have a lot of craft foods and food festivals and wine shows and different
Texas
stuff.
barbecues.
Barbecue everywhere. Yeah. The best barbecue in Texas is not the names that you hear all the time. Which is crazy. Anyone in Texas will tell you there's way better barbecue than the big names.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I'm all about it. I'll mess up some Texas de Brazil. I've been kicked out of a C&C's, but I've never been kicked out of a Texas de Brazil or a Fogo de Chao. So I'm down to eat some meat. Nothing like meat sweats going on. Like literally, I've gained like 15 pounds one time. I weighed myself before and after. I ate 15 pounds of meat.
Dang.
That's like a small child. That's ridiculous.
I think some part of that 15 pounds beer.
I mean, I was drinking a little bit that day, so it could have been. Overall, I'm just saying. Man, meat festival. That sounds delightful.
Yeah, look it up. It's pretty good. Like I haven't been it myself. I would go if you come.
Really?
Yep.
Bet.
Yeah.
Friends for life.
I'm from here. I don't even know what meat fest you're talking about.
Bro, like, we can all go. We are the three best festival friends that ever had.
Hey, nothing brings people together than food. Food is the best thing that will bring people together, right?
The most used room in any house.
Bathroom.
Oh my God.
It's actually the kitchen.
Chewie.
Now, in our house, Chewie, it would be the bathroom because of all the queso and food we've eaten.
Oh my God.
Right, yeah.
Holy moly, wasn't expecting that.
Like now here, when you see the stats of the people that are watching, this is the time that people all dropped off. It's like,
man, we had so many people up until the 46-minute mark. And then 46 minutes and 3 seconds, everyone just X.
Yeah. We out. Yeah. Man, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, what else has been happening recently for you guys? KingBrett, you want to go first?
Yeah, man. I mean, the Mavs lost to the Celtics, but so far this offseason, we've made some moves. Our team, man, Nico, I tell you, whatever I think is going to happen, the opposite happens. Never in my wildest dreams I think Klay Thompson be coming to the Mavs, but bro, here we are, and our team keeps looking. I feel there's a few teams that feel the same way. That, dude, we're going to have a squad. Like, this next year is going to be some fun basketball. Like, there's going to be some heartbreaking games of some teams that, like, I mean, the NBA is just so good that it's exciting to watch. So, married in basketball. And selling a bunch of knives. That's pretty much all I've been doing lately. Shout out. If you need some good knives, hit me up.
For our meat.
Use the knife to cut the meat.
Bro, I should get you your own knife, and I'll get your little name engraved on there.
Oh yeah, please.
Love it. Yeah.
Maybe black or white handle.
Black handle, please.
Black handle. Chewy?
I'll go different. I'll go white handle.
Okay. All you listening out there, sorry, you got to buy yours. Bye-bye.
Nice.
No. Yeah, dude. All good things.
Drop the link.
That's right. Yeah. KingBrett.com.
Nice.
Ching. 3 ball. If you can edit that with a little smiley face and a little ching, that'd be great. Chewy, what about you? What's new with you, man?
Hey, we're just trying to figure out how to continue to do this Top Shot thing and how to continue to do all this, the community things that we do and evolve and adapt as things change with Top Shot and with NFTs in general. During the off season, it's a little bit of a lull anyways as far as people being able to do things, but that doesn't mean that the NBA world dies down, with free agency and trades and things like that. But yeah, I mean with WNBA, I had to sell off some moments for some financial stuff, so I sold off some All Day and sold off some other non-sport NFTs. And then some of the money that I was going to withdraw, I ended up buying WNBA moments.
It's funny how that happens.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been fun engaging in the WNBA with my daughter. And,
so cool.
Going on Floaty and buying some of those moments, comparing what's cheaper and putting offers on both sides. And I haven't gotten into the loan business on either side. Loaning or renting out. I just haven't had the mental fortitude like Banana to go through with all that kind of stuff. But I am buying and selling and going through all that, and
nice.
Still active.
Marketplace is active. Hey, don't you feel like the Kings is kind of like the Top Shot, very similar, right? You like at the very beginning they do so well and then they win championship and all that. People are hyped, and then we have the years of just being crap all the way through, and we still have the diehard fans that always stick around all the way until now, and finally we're making it into the playoffs again. And it's similar, like, finally Top Shot had fast break, attract some of the user coming back, and then maintaining, keeping the user engagement going with the fast break, which is great. It's very like you can it's kind of like a parallel storyline like Kings.
When did the Kings win a championship?
Before I was born.
Yeah, way back in the 50s.
Yeah, way back.
It still counts, Chewie. You still got a banner hanging in the rafter, buddy.
Yeah.
You can still find those championship rings on eBay.
Kansas City.
Rochester Royals.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. But yeah, we're doing better, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we do. Every team. I don't think any team rolled it back this year, right? OKC got better.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Lakers got better, but they got different.
They got Barney. they got Coach LeBron. Yeah. They got Coach LeBron and Coach JJ Redick.
Yeah. I mean, LA in general, between the Clippers and the Lakers, is going to be interesting to see who comes out of SoCal, right? Mm. And the West in general is just Houston. We'll see. Houston's scrappy. We'll see how they come out. Dallas, of course, they got better. They didn't lose anybody. They lost some names, and nobody that I think is going to be a huge loss.
No, Josh Green was a good bench player. He actually performed pretty well prior to the finals.
Yeah,
right? Like his stats was pretty good. Like he really, stepped up. But then
not so much.
No, not so much. I don't know. Like it's
all I know. Treatikas isn't here, so I can say this without being attacked. Boston Celtics will not run it back.
Is that a Charles Barkley guarantee?
Charles Barkley guarantee. If they run it back, I guarantee you, I will talk to Charles Barkley about it. I'll tell you that. He's in Dallas all the time. I've seen him and talk to Charles Barkley like 30 times.
That's super nice
guy. He's awkward, but super nice guy.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird though, like because recent years there hasn't been many back-to-backs at all, apart from since the Warriors, right?
That's why I felt good about calling that.
Yeah.
That
you got good odds.
Right? Calling that.
Yeah, there is good odds. Yeah. But who do you have to come out on top apart from Mavericks? Who has the best chance?
So Denver has a really good team, bro, and they're making it.
They all have.
I was surprised how Denver finished in the playoffs and with some of their moves this offseason. I mean, the Denvers are going to be a struggle. I'm terrified of Oklahoma City. We're just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
They are good. They are young. They are hungry. They don't care what anyone else thinks, just like the state of Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I mean, they're scary. They are good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know about. I think the only ones that I can kind of saying, okay, they are not going to do much is New Orleans Pelicans, and that was it. And then that's out west, and I can't say like you can never count out LeBron and AD, right? Like as long as the team has LeBron, you have a chance for playoffs. That's just kind of like a guarantee, right? Even though last year they didn't do so well, but yeah, still.
Pelicans are the Kings' nemesis, man.
I mean, they are.
Because of that stupid.
The Pelicans have their best game every year against the Kings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
In that in-season tournament, the Kings had to play the Pelicans, including the play-in, like 6 times.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Too, and lost every single one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, they figured out a way, but I don't know. This year it's gonna be tough. Mavericks just as good, if it's not better, and Kings definitely get better. They got better. And then you got the Clippers traditionally. They lost Paul George. Who do you think they're going to get?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Since DeRozan's out of the mix, I haven't heard any other names being rumored for the Clippers, other than like throw out names, Campaign or people like that. But like as far as any
like big names or
blockbuster kind of thing, I haven't heard anything.
I think Brandon Ingram will be a name that a lot of people are trying to get, even though that he said something. His agent said something about he's trying to stay in New Orleans, but I don't know. A lot of people trying to get him. He's a good player and a good size. He's like a less productive KD.
That's so nice. I would love to be called a less productive KD. You know how much that means I do productive, like the other stuff he does good? Like that would be epic.
That means I'm still partially KD.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, true.
20% and he's KD. Like whatever. I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah, true. Yeah. No, but he's a great player. You can't write him off because that's who was giving Kings problem when they play against Kings.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean if my wife came to me and said, you're a less attractive Brad Pitt. Okay. You're still calling me a Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say a less attractive version of Shrek when you talked to me.
Oh my God.
I'm in. Like, is that an option? Like, I'm Brett Crusher? Okay, I'll take it. Let's go. Man. Dude, I can't believe we've already been talking for an hour, and we haven't even really gotten into, like, a lot of stuff. I feel like we could just keep talking. But out of respect, I know y'all both have busy lives and have families, and we're in different time zones, so I appreciate y'all being on today. Go around, Chewie, Davy, last-minute thoughts, comments before we wrap it up.
Go ahead,
go first?
Oh,
you want me to go first? I go first.
I thought you both said go Mavs at the same time, and I was about to lose.
No, but there's one thing I would like to shout out, though. Like the under-17 national team for New Zealand, they just recently got the 4th place. They lost to Turkey in the 3rd place, the game, and they lost to United States in the semifinal, which is crap. They got beaten by 80 points, which is really bad. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of because the United States been beating people on the average for like 60 points and above, and it's United States. And if you compare, right, the top 4 teams by population, number 1 team, United States, 335 million people. Italy, number 2, 59 million or 60 million, something like that. Turkey's 85 million people. That's top 3. New Zealand, 5 million people.
Yeah,
a small country managed to get number 4 and beat out the traditional team like Lithuania.
I'll give that. That's what's up. That's awesome.
They beat Turkey once, and they beat what other teams? I can't even remember now, but they've been doing so good. Those boys have been doing so good. I'll be surprised if there is no less than 3 D1 scholarship coming out of that group. So, awesome. But shout out to the boys. Yeah, hopefully one day they get drafted and come play in the NBA. And I would love to have a Sacramento Kings Kiwis.
I know you'd be losing it every game.
Oh,
you'd have custom Kiwi Sacramento jersey shirts and hats.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to come out with your own pair of Kiwi Sacramento shoes.
We might have to design it and put it on the C&C merch website.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Let's go.
Well, shout out to the under-17 team. That is awesome for sure. Yeah. For sure. What about you, Chewie?
Just living life. The kids are changing things a little bit. I'm not doing as much of the streaming on playback as I was. No matter what you're doing with Top Shot, whether you're doing it in real life, just it's going to sound cliche or whatever, but don't worry about what other people's influences are with you. Just keep doing what you enjoy doing. And, I'll continue doing what I do as long as other people are continuing to be happy with it. And when it starts to be not enjoyable, then we'll see, if I start to change things around. But for now, the stories that get created because of the interactions and the experiences that we have, whether it's in real life, actual things that we do, or whether it's the streams that we've done, or not Kiwi but Australian, having the things that we've done with Della Dova and
super cool.
All those kind of experiences that we've had. If one story comes out of that, it's worth it. So as long as one story keeps coming out of these kind of things that we do, it's worth it. And without Top Shot, none of that would have been possible. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
well, dude, I appreciate you sharing that, and I love what you do. And if people don't, then they're the problem. It's not you.
Hey, you can never keep everybody happy, right? Sometimes you just have to cut your losses.
I would support you whether you're doing this or you became a male stripper. I'd support you no matter what. You just keep doing you, because one of the things, both of you, that I appreciate about each of you separately and together is that the passion that you have for others and helping and doing the right thing, or at least the pursuit of doing the right thing.
Yep.
Right? Even questions, things you bring up, it's not to upset someone or do this. It's to get to the root of it, to find out what's the right thing. And I appreciate both of you for doing that, and by leading by example in our community, and especially for being amazing C&C community members, because y'all are what make this is fun. Being able to hop in chat and to talk, to wait for the Chewie sound when this podcast started. Like it's all part of this crazy little life we live together called Top Shot. So Davy, Chewie, appreciate you. Episode 58 C&C Podcast. Y'all go out and have a great rest of your day. Tell the family I said hey, and appreciate your time for sure, guys.
Thank you.
Stay cool. Thank you so much.
All right.
Family first.
That's right. Peace out, fam.
And tune in next week for a new episode of the C&C Pod.